Hey, what is going on guys? My name is Gamertag and I'm back for your daily Fortnite video. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys stretch resolution on console Fortnite. This of course being Xbox One as well as PlayStation 4. Now if you guys are going to enjoy today's video or find it helpful, a like would be very much appreciated. On the contrary, if you genuinely dislike today's video, then feel free to leave a dislike. Also, if you're new around here and would like to see more daily Fortnite content like this in the future, feel free to subscribe as well as turning on those post notifications. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's hop right into today's video. So as I mentioned again, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to get stretch resolution on console Fortnite. This of course being PS4 as well as Xbox One. As we know, stretch resolution originally came from PC. It was definitely widespread amongst the pro player scene, and up until a few months ago, where I uploaded my first video talking about stretch res on console, it was pretty unheard of. So the method overall hasn't changed. However, I've had tons of questions since I recently uploaded my video again months ago, asking if it still works, if there's any troubleshooting errors that people go through, or anything along those lines. And a lot of people have had difficulty with this. Now the method overall is not difficult, however there's an explanation as of why it might not work for you, which I'll get into shortly. So first of all, I'm going to share with you guys how to do this, just to get it out of the way. So I'm first going to share with you guys how to do it on Xbox One, and then secondly I'm going to share with you guys how to do it on PlayStation 4, as the method's actually a little bit different. Now we're doing this through the console itself and not actually Fortnite, just like you typically do when you play stretch res on PC. So first of all, I want to explain why the gameplay in the background when I share it with you guys on how to do this is with my iPhone. It's because Elgato doesn't actually capture the resolution that stretch res is in. Therefore, if I were to try to record it, it literally would not show. So a lot of people, when I made my first video talking about this, I was unable to show it, and they claimed that I was lying and making up, as you typically would expect with people on the internet. So that's why I'm using it with my phone, to literally show that it actually does work, because of course my phone can record the resolution. So firstly, you want to press the Xbox button, head over to the right tab and click on settings. We then want to click on display and sound. We're now going to click on video output. Now there's going to be three columns. It's going to be display, advanced, and setup. We want to go over to the advanced column and click on video fidelity and overscan, and this is where we make the change. As you guys can see in display, it should show under overrides on HDMI, and if it doesn't, then it'll show on DVI. This of course depends on what you're playing, or it also might show auto detect. Whichever one it shows, you simply want to switch it to the opposite one. So if you're on HDMI, you want to switch it to DVI, and obviously vice versa. Now after doing that, the screen should go black, and after a couple of seconds, it should kind of refresh itself, and you now have stretch resolution. Now if for whatever reason you can still see your screen but it's not stretched, simply press B, and then once we're at the screen where we have the three columns, again display, advanced, and setup, we want to click under display on resolution and then change this to whatever it's not at. It shouldn't be 1080 or 720. It should be whatever resolution it offers you, and then it'll work. So as you guys could already see in the background, I am playing on stretch resolution. It's definitely worth mentioning that once you do actually go to this res, there will be a unfortunate dip in quality. However, in my previous videos, basically that was kind of the big barrier, or I guess obstacle some people had to get over. Some people weren't willing to obviously play with a little bit lower of a quality for stretch res. However, majority of the people that were in the comment section or watching my video stated that they really got over it after a couple of games and actually got used to it, and they thought that it was worth it playing stretch res. Now if you want to get back to your previous setting, basically just do the same thing. Click on settings, go to display and sound, go to video fidelity and overscan, and then now from here switch from DVI to HDMI. After doing that, we want to back out, go to resolution, and switch this to the highest resolution that it offers, this being 720p or 1080p, and that's how you get back. Now we're going to talk about the PlayStation 4 method, and then after that I'm going to talk about if it doesn't work for you, then the reason why. Now on PS4, in my opinion, it's actually a little bit more simpler to complete, definitely not as many steps. So for this, you simply want to press the PlayStation button, then go to settings. You then want to click on sound and screen. From here, we're going to actually now click on display area settings. This is going to give us two options. It's going to be enlarge and shrink. You probably assume that we're going to use enlarge, however, we're actually shrinking it. So basically, you want to press down on shrink as many times as it allows you to, and then press X to basically apply the setting changes. And after doing so, the changes should actually be in effect. You can go to Fortnite and see that it should be working. So again, press the PlayStation button, go to settings, sound and screen I believe it was called, then display area settings and shrink it as much as it allows you to, and then press X to enter or apply the setting changes, and that's all you have to do. Now, in the event that it doesn't work for you, whether you're on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, and the stretch res isn't in effect, the reason being is because actually unfortunately your monitor or TV that you're playing on isn't capable of displaying that resolution itself. So that's basically the only reason. It's literally your monitor or TV doesn't allow the resolution to be displayed. Now the only fix for this would be to get another monitor. However, in my personal opinion, I don't think that's really quite necessary, and in my opinion it's definitely not worth it. Yeah, stretch res is really cool, definitely allows a different spin on the game itself. Some people might think that allows them to play better, and that could be the case. However, in my opinion, it's definitely not worth going out and buying a brand new monitor or TV just to use it. And that's pretty much how you guys can get stretch res on Xbox One and PS4. In terms of the benefits that you could expect, they aren't probably what you would kind of assume to be. Now in terms of the benefits from stretch res on console, obviously they're not going to be the same as PC because PC is a completely different platform. On PC it allows you to have more FPS, the game runs smoother, things like that, and that's pretty much the main reason it was used. However, unfortunately us console players are capped at 60 FPS, so no matter what we do we can't actually unfortunately make it higher than 60 FPS in Fortnite. However, a lot of times when we do play Fortnite, we're not even getting the full 60 FPS, let alone 30 FPS. So in terms of the benefits, a lot of people claim that they're kind of placebo effect benefits. However, for the short period of time that I did use stretch res, I definitely noticed a couple of things. Obviously it makes the screen the screen is kind of stretched or wider in turn. So it definitely made the game feel a lot more smoother. Obviously there's no FPS boost, but the overall look of the game itself definitely made it a little bit more smoother. And honestly I thought it was a lot more fun to build, just due to the look of it all. Also, the hitboxes aren't wider, but due to the fact that everything's kind of wider and stretched on your screen, it just seems to make it a little bit easier to hit your shots. I definitely noticed an improvement in accuracy. Again, this definitely could be credited towards a placebo effect, but I honestly think that with the fact that it actually shows wider on the screen, it just makes it a little bit more easier. And then lastly, people talked about a reaction time being a little bit better. Not really your reaction time in person, but more or less button input. And this is due to less of a strain or less stress being put on the console itself, and I also definitely would vouch for this as well. I noticed that while I was playing, my button input was definitely quicker or lesser than what it was originally, or faster rather. And button input basically means that from the point that you press the button to the point that it actually takes action or takes effect in the game itself. Obviously, button input always is pretty well to begin with. However, if we can lessen it the most that we can, then we should be doing that. Anyways, that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. I wanted to share with you guys how to get stretch res on console. Again, that'd be an Xbox One and PS4. And then share with you guys the benefits that we can expect on how to do so, as well as talking about how to troubleshoot some errors and why it could possibly not work for you guys. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, a like would be very much appreciated. Once again, on the contrary, if you genuinely disliked today's video, then feel free to leave a dislike. Also, if you're new around here and would like to see more daily Fortnite content like this in the future, feel free to subscribe as well as turning on those post notifications. With that out of the way, my name is Gamertag. Thank you all for watching today's video, and I'll see you tomorrow. Adios.